Welcome everyone to another special version of Brian's Action Figure Reviews. And as you can see by my face, I'm still quite tired from a long WrestleMania last night. And today's video, I'm going to talk about WrestleMania in a bit of detail. I'm going to rush through a lot of the matches because I don't want to break the format of about 10 or 12 minutes. So there will be spoilers. I will talk about the results and what have you. So if you haven't watched WrestleMania yet, this is the time to switch to another. No, don't switch to anyone else. Watch one of my other videos. Go and watch WrestleMania. But okay. So that's your warning out of the way, and I'm going to start off with the pre-kickoff show, the kickoff pre-show, whatever they call it. And the first match of the night was Tony Nese versus Buddy Murphy. Again, I don't watch 205 live, so I actually missed some of this because it was a mix up between me and a friend of mine. I thought the actual show wasn't starting until 10:30, but it started at 10. That's European time or Irish time. And I turned it on and Tony Nese was just getting the win. So I have no real comment to make on that except surely now Buddy Murphy is going to come up to the main roster since he's been down there for a while and practically carrying that division on his own since Neville and Austin Aries and Enzo all left last year. So who knows what will happen there. Maybe he could appear on SmackDown would be a good spot for him. After that we had the Women's Battle Royal. I thought Asuka was going to win that. There was a lot of NXT women in there as well. Overall it was botch fest. Sarah Logan was down. Thought she had won it. She threw out the last person, and I thought, where are they going with this? Are they going to break up the Riot Squad? Or is it the Riot Squad she's with? Yeah, I thought they were going to break up the Riot Squad already, and then, of course, there was the old switcheroo. Carmella came back in and threw her out. I don't see the point of Carmella. To be honest, she's not on the level of Charlotte or Becky or even the likes of Ember Moon and Naomi. So I don't know. Well, it is an unimportant match anyway. There was nothing on the line. Asuka got thrown out as well. Ember Moon got thrown out fairly easily. So that was that match. Then we had the Revival versus Ryder and Hawkins, and as I predicted, I might add, Hawkins and Ryder won the tag team titles, the Raw tag team titles, and a lot of people think that's silly, and they are pretty much a loser tag team anyway. But I'm glad that they won because they deserve it. For how long they've been there? Is it 10 years since they won it as the Major Brothers when they were the Edgeheads? Jesus, it is a long time ago. Well, yeah, I'm delighted to see Zack Ryder get another WrestleMania moment, and what's his name, Kurt Hawkins as well. So then we had the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Oh, for fucking hell. It was so bad. Basically, it was just a vehicle for Braun Strowman and Saturday Night Live, which is what it came down to. Braun Strowman was down to the last five, I'm going to say, with the Hardy Boys and the two guys from Saturday Night Live, whose names escape me. Colin Che, is it? Hold on now. I have it written down here somewhere. Colin Jost and Michael Che. Yeah, that's how memorable they are. The Hardys were on the apron trying to pull Strowman out, and then the two boys who were hiding under the ring came back out and tried to help him back in, and he basically just threw everyone out, and Braun won and stood beside the Andre the Giant trophy, and that was that. So that was the end of the pre-kickoff show, the kickoff show whatever. WrestleMania started then with Alexa Bliss, who looked amazing, introducing Hulk Hogan. He came out, tried to make a joke about himself, then got the name of the stadium wrong anyway. Pointless, really. But then Paul Heyman came out with a great promo, basically saying that if they weren't going to be the main event, they were getting their shit done with now. I thought that was really cool. It gave a proper reason as to why he was going on so early. And then Rollins came out and Surprise, surprise. Lesnar wrecked Rollins for about 5 minutes, throwing him through things, firing him around the ring, and through this, that, and the other, and got him into the ring. Did his usual stick of a German suplex, German suplex, German suplex, German suplex. And then, pretty tamely, I thought, Rollins low blowed Lesnar and hit three stomps, three curb stomps, and won the title. It was over really quick. But yeah, I don't know. Seth Rollins, new World Heavyweight Champion, or Universal Champion, I should say. And you're going to have to bear with me now on the order of the matches because I'm tired. I didn't go to bed till 6 o'clock last night. So I'm going to go through the matches as I think of them. Close enough to the order. I think Orton and AJ was next. That was a decent enough, if unspectacular match. It didn't have to be a Mania level match. I'm sure they'll go again. There was a few counters in there. AJ eventually winning with a phenomenal forearm. I don't like why he doesn't use the Styles Clash more often. But yeah, that was that match. There was the SmackDown Tag Team Titles 4-way match. Usos winning there. That was an entertaining match. All teams got their spots in and looked good. Ricochet and Aleister Black. We have to wonder what's the plan for them now, because I thought they'd win at least one of the tag matches they were in over the weekend. They lost in NXT TakeOver as well to the War Raiders, so they're probably gone from NXT. So I hope maybe they'll go singles now, which would be cool. Maybe even a feud against one another. That would be class as well. I'm going to mark these off as I do them. Then we had our second championship match of the night. Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston. I thought this one happened very fast as well. It was match of the night. Daniel Bryan is he's the best in the world at the moment, to me anyway, at what he does. He's absolutely phenomenal. To get, I'm not underestimating Kofi Kingston's influence here either. And the New Day and Rowan, they all played their part. It was a fantastic match. It got the crowd the hottest they were the whole night, and eventually the right result in the finish, which left two faces as world champions, which had me worried for the Becky Lynch main event then, because WWE were giving away everything pretty much to the fans. Didn't sit right with me for some reason. But delightful that Kofi Kingston won the title, and Big E had a box with him that started the match, and some people were speculating where they're going to turn heel on Kofi, but no, it was actually shorts with the WWE title on it. It's a new champion, yes it is, which is pretty cool. And he brought out the old WWE title belt as well for Kofi, so that's the end of the Hemp title for now. Fickle. And Daniel Bryan, disappointingly to me as well, had a short enough reign as the heel champion. He was fantastic though, and I'm sure it won't be the end of him, and we'll probably get a rematch at Money in the Bank, or Daniel Bryan will win Money in the Bank, which would be awesome as well. Then we had Miz versus Shane. That could have been before or after the Kofi match, I can't remember. But anyway, Miz versus Shane was class. It was like an old school Attitude Era brawl across the arena. Shane and Miz got... There was so much wrestle crap involved as well. The Miz's dad got in the ring and it was just silly. But it was enjoyable silly. It wasn't turn your TV off silly. And eventually it ended up in the crowd and near a scaffolding. And when you thought Miz set up Shane for suplex off this big high scaffolding, he hit it, and whatever way they landed, Shane ended up on top, and the referee counted the 1, 2, 3, which I thought made for a fantastic twist. And I was actually laughing my arse off watching it at the time. So Shane still the best in the world for now. After that, I'm just going to rattle through these other matches. US title. I think Rey Mysterio may have been carrying an injury or something, because Samoa Joe beat him in under a minute, which is awesome because I love Samoa Joe, and it made him look like a real killer that he just choked out Mysterio without even thinking about it. And Mysterio as well looked awesome in a comic book outfit, Mysterio from Spider-Man. So that's Joe winning the US title. Then we had Kurt Angle then we had Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. The crowd were dead for this. Even Reigns getting some boos, which is fair. I don't know. Just a bad match. These two don't mesh together, I don't think. But Reigns eventually won with Superman punching a spear, which is good for him. He come back from cancer. It's a good story. But it's what they do with Reigns going forward now, and McIntyre has, after looking so good the last couple of weeks, this will have hurt him a lot, I think, going forward. And next we had Triple H versus Batista, was it? Yeah, Triple H versus Batista. I'm probably getting the order of these matches all wrong, but stay with me. Triple H versus Batista was a good brawl with some really sick moments. Triple H using the needle nose pliers to pull out a fucking nose ring out of Batista's nose. And there was a team in this match of Batista trying to... I counted 5 times it took for them to break the announce table at the side. 4 different times they tried it, and eventually Triple H knocked Batista through the other one. And eventually what happened then, Batista brought in steel steps into the ring, and there were sledgehammers, and then Ric Flair appeared and gave Triple H a sledgehammer, and Triple H hit he ran at Batista, right? Ran on top of the steel steps and then jumped and hit what looked like a Superman sledgehammer punch. And 1, 2, 3. Triple H wins. Gets to bore us at WrestleMania for another couple of years yet. And Batista, after the match on Instagram and Facebook and all that social media stuff, gave a massive thank you to the fans and announced his retirement from sports entertainment. So that's disappointing. I would have liked to see more of Batista, but he was a class champion. Then we had Elias come out for a concert, and this has been my favourite moment of the night, despite the title wins that we've seen and the ones I'll talk about in the future. Elias came out and he had like a few pre-recorded segments where he played different instruments, piano, drums, and eventually he settled down and did his whole walk with Elias stick. And then we all expected John Cena or The Undertaker to come out. John Cena came out, but not as John Cena. He came out as the Doctor of Thugonomics and did the whole rap stuff. It was fantastic. It was the best moment for me from WrestleMania. He came out and even called his move the FU. I don't know. I don't want to spoil what he did, but go watch WrestleMania. Even that segment, it was brilliant, and I loved it. I watched it again today. It's the only part of WrestleMania I've rewatched so far. Then we had Baron Corbin and Kurt Angle. Sad, really. I know Kurt would have wanted to do the job and go out on his back, but to Baron Corbin, Baron won it pretty handily. Kurt also tried a moonsault, which was horrifyingly scary at the time, because of his health and stuff. But yeah, great to see Kurt off into the sunlight, because he's not looked well at all lately, and I'm glad he got out of this career with his legs under him, and hopefully he can stay in the straight and narrow in retirement, because I'm presuming that can be boring as well. We also had the women's tag match for Fatal 4. I realised I forgot to talk about it in either of my preview videos. So the Iconics won that. I have no interest. I'm sorry. So let's get into the main event. Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair had this really overly booked entrance where she came in a helicopter, and it just looked so fucking stupid. And forgive me, but she looks like a Coke bottle. She's got so much plastic in her face. I don't know. Ronda Rousey's Ronda Rousey came out to her music being played live and was like, ah, smiling at the guys playing the music, and then as she's going down the ring, she's all of a sudden went, it looks so silly. The match itself was pretty good. There was some, Ronda just looks like a beast. She goes at 100% the whole time. The speed, acceleration she has is fantastic. Becky then hits like proper stiff and rough. And her punches look real. And again, Charlotte, she's big and she's built like an athlete, but that's all she's got for me. The finish came out of nowhere. I don't know what happened, but Ronda went for the Piper's Pit. Becky rolled her up, and the referee counted 3 pretty quick. And I thought to myself, her shoulders weren't even down when he started counting, and that was proved in the replay. And they literally showed her with the titles for under 20 seconds, 30 seconds maybe. And the whole moment was ruined, I thought. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on WrestleMania. I'm very happy with all the results, more or less. More or less, yeah. Best WrestleMania in a couple of years for me. I'm gonna get some sleep. I won't be watching Raw tonight because I work in the morning, but I'll watch it tomorrow evening. Let's see what happens with Becky and Ronda. Hopefully they have a rematch without Charlotte. And yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that like button, because you know all those likes drives up traffic. And thanks for everything and watching. See you later. Peace.